Okay, now before we start painting, we got it all sealed, we got it all blown off, tacked off and everything. What we're going to do is go over a few gun techniques, okay? This is a Satajet. I don't expect you to have a Satajet just coming out, just starting off or anything like that. It's a $600 paint gun. But with any gun that you should buy, if you get a cheap one at the auto parts store or maybe you picked one up at a garage sale or something like that, you want to make sure the fan pattern is correct, because this is the number one issue that causes your paint to run or causes your clear to run is an incorrect fan pattern, and I'll go over that with you real brief. Your fan pattern is what puts the paint on the car. So many inches away from the car, usually about 8 inches is where you want to stay, 8 to 10. For me, I'm 8 to 10 to 12, back to 6 to 8. You know, it varies depending on the radius that you're going around or anything like that. But before you even start painting, you definitely want to make sure your fan pattern is correct. What I mean by fan pattern is the paint's going to come out of the gun and it's going to have a fan pattern on it, which this is pretty much a perfect pattern right here. You want to make sure that it looks as close to this as possible, because now I know I got as much going on at the top that's going on in the center and it's going on in the bottom. And I don't have to worry about a lot of runs. I just got to realize where I'm overlapping. So, like I say, no matter what kind of paint gun you got, make sure that your fan pattern is not heavy on one side and straight on another, or curved, or anything of that nature, because that's the majority of where you get your runs, is when your fan pattern is screwed up. So if it needs rebuilt, you got an old gun, rebuild it. It'll make you more money in the long run. Okay, now with that said, we're going to go ahead and start dusting this in. Doesn't really take a lot of air pressure, but you definitely want to make sure everything's covered. And where we're going to break the paint right here, you're just going to lightly dust that. Don't get a lot of buildup up there. Just make sure it's covered and then lightly dust it, because we're going to go over with some clear and some blender pretty quick. Okay. You won't get it covered probably on your first coat, especially if it's a metallic. You're going to want to let it flash 2 to 3 times before. Don't put it on heavy. Just put it on where it has a nice sheen to it and step away. This isn't clear. It's just paint. See, I'm staying down below here because I want to clear in this area and blend all in the same area. Hopefully I won't have a lot of buffing in here.